I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. Saint Francis of Borja, whose feast day is celebrated on October 3rd, was the son of Count of Gandia in Spain. As a nobleman, he was a soldier, writer, and poet. At the age of 19, he married Leonor de Castro. At the age of 20, he was appointed by Emperor Charles V as Marquis of Lombay and placed at the head of the imperial house. He was a great benefactor of the Roman College and very aware of the importance of the laity. He founded the University of Gandia, the first to receive secular students. He built a Dominican convent in Lombay and repaired a hospital. In 10 years of marriage, Francis and Leonor had 8 children and lived in close proximity to the Emperor Charles V and his wife Isabel, until the Empress died unexpectedly in May 1539. Her death was decisive for Borja's conversion because when he accompanied the processional funeral to the place of her burial in the Royal Chapel of Granada, when they opened the coffin, the beautiful face of the young 36-year-old queen was decomposed and her face was unrecognizable. There, he made the decision not to serve any man who could die. He began to dedicate himself to prayer and penance. 7 years later, his own wife, Leonor, died in March 1546. Francis decided to enter then the Society of Jesus, spoke with Father Pedro Fabro, and asked him to inform of this entry to Ignatius of Loyola, the founder. They recommended him that he continued with his life as an aristocrat, finishing the education of his children, studied theology, and settled all his family and financial affairs. Francis de Borja ended up renouncing to his immense wealth, his power, and the privilege of Spanish noblemen, and in May 1551 he was ordained as a Jesuit priest. In 1566, he became the third superior general of the Young Society of Jesus, and during the 7 years that he held that office, he gave such impetus to his order throughout the world that he can be called the second founder. He revised the rules of the company, helped expand the missions of India and the 2 Americas, and was very dedicated to caring for the growth of the young religious order. As general of the company, he was personally responsible for directing the Roman college that he had founded and specifying the study program. Years later, Pope Gregory XIII re-established the Roman college under the name of Gregorian University. St. Francis built the Church of St. Andrew of the Quirinale, and next to it he founded the Jesuit novitiate. He began to build the Jesuit and expanded the Germanic College, where missionaries destined to preach in Northern Europe, where Protestantism had wreaked havoc, were trained. For St. Francis de Borja, taking care of his inner life was basic. His Marian devotion, as in devotion to the Eucharist, were paramount in his life. This is why he dedicated time to it, despite the amount of work he had daily. He stood out for his humility and penitence, as well as for his prudence, joy, generosity, and total availability to serve his country and the Church. Francis did not allow himself to be fooled by the world. Knowing nothing, he trusted everything in Jesus Christ and achieved holiness. Sick and days before dying, he visited the Marian sanctuary of Our Lady of Loreto, convinced that through the hand of the Virgin we reach God more quickly and that with God we always win.